be here for the launch of the 2013 Transatlantic Survey. As usual, the numbers suggest that the transatlantic economy remains the most important part of the global economy, the largest when it comes to investment, capital flows, trade, foreign direct investment, fully in sales. Within the numbers, there was some cyclical weakness. We saw some lower numbers, capital flows, inflows and outflows between the United States and Europe last year due to the difficult economic times here in Europe and also in the United States. So the transatlantic economy is showing signs of improvement, but still struggling. There's still a lot of work to be done here in Europe. There's still a lot of work to be done in the United States. But slowly but surely, we're seeing the healing process from the financial crisis in 2008, 2009. So I think the free trade agreement has to be sold smartly. It has to show clearly the benefits that have already existed and what could further come when you harmonize, standardize, and really kind of crack open some of these regulations in industry. So I'm hoping we kind of get a new fresh, forward driving it because it's needed. The transatlantic economy, as you all know, you all hear, I'm preaching to the choir, the largest, most integrated, most dynamic component out there that needs kind of a new start, so to speak, and this is it. But I can tell you from a Wall Street perspective, Washington perspective, this is going to be a tough sell. This isn't going to be easy. We got to show people why this is important.
First of all, I think what we want to spread as the European Parliament and translate to member states, to constituencies, to voters, it's on jobs and growth. It's a premise, it's a huge chance in times of difficult economic surrounding. It's one of the biggest things we can achieve by just having a treaty, just negotiate something. We wouldn't have to change the world, we have to just agree to reduce taxes, to reduce burdens to the exchange of trades and goods, and that translates in jobs and growth. And that's an important message to spread in order to get a principle backing for the EMEA. More in detail, the Parliament will have in the end to take a yes or no decision. I'm very optimistic that with a smart kind of communication between the two sides, the two parliaments, us and the Congress, we will play a very positive role in the course of the negotiations, because if it comes to regulatory issues and so, it's the parliaments deciding. But I think there's a willingness on both sides, specifically what I can talk about the European Parliament, that we back it. We had a declaration in principle in the very beginning, before the start of the polls, where an overwhelming majority in the Parliament did back up the opening of the negotiations. And in the end, although we think we will play a role, we think there will be difficult negotiations between the institutions, but also between the two sides of the Atlantic. There will be a yes in the European Parliament.
We welcome the launch of the TTIP, Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership negotiations. If it concludes quickly and comprehensively as aimed at by the European Union Commission on the trade, and I think that it will bear formidable significance as a real game changer in international trade. But the impact goes far beyond trade. It is having a very significant geostrategic implications, since you know that this transatlantic partnership is comprising the majority of the global GDP and the investment, trade, and also geopolitical kind of weight that is being sent to other trading partners and also economies, both in developed and developing countries. And the convergence of regulations, standards emanating from the negotiations between the US and the European Union will be benefiting other economies in a positive manner, so that will lower down the cost of conforming to each and respective regulations and standards and systems. So that will be creating a kind of the boosting effect for the traders, manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and innovators. The foremost importance carry out the whole negotiations is the political will. How to get the support from the grassroots to ensure at least the majority of people on board this whole negotiation process. And another aspect is that maybe the management of expectations. If people are having very high and super high expectation of the contents of the agreement, I think it might be quite easily attacked during the negotiations and maybe split into divisions. So I think it's in order to have smooth sailing, it's better to have some kind of the very moderated and reasonable level of expectation to be well kept under both this leadership of the European Union and the United States.
The most important thing about the transatlantic partnership negotiation that is taking place right now is about setting standards worldwide and making sure that when it comes to IP and IP protection, those standards are defined by these two very large leading economies, or the largest leading economies of the world. And it's also very important that we work on setting standards on other areas. And if I look at our industries, the ICT industry, which is based on collaboration, which is based on supply line across different countries of the world, across many different companies, it is very, very important that those rules are set, that we innovate from this standpoint, and it's very important that we get trade barriers down as much as it is possible. It is also important that the countries don't put trade barriers or protectionism, like for example promoting local local content that they want to have just to increase barriers, but instead of this promoting collaboration and cooperation so that innovation and progress can take place as fast as it is possible, and then all those innovations are brought to all the citizens of the world. Well, I want to wish best of luck to the negotiating teams. It's going to lead to a lot of constructive confrontation, but what is important is to understand that this trade agreement, which is not only trade, but it's also about cooperation, it's about investments, it's about jobs creation, and this partnership is going to trigger additional opportunities, additional growth, and as a consequence, additional better jobs, which is very needed today, not only in terms of number of jobs, but also quality of the jobs.